George, what's wrong?
Maybe we should go over there.
Okay. Did we do good, Mummy?
Oh, that ain't suspicious and all.
Okay.
Oh, is it starting to rain?
What is this place?
Miley!
Welcome to the Halloween special. Welcome. This is the Halloween special, and do some scary stuff.
Yeah!
A bat just flew on my face, burning. You know.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus eats bats, just like Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Just like Alice Cooper. Yeah. Wait, is that better? Ah, that's better.
I think
Yeah.
that's super.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna tell some scary stories, and yeah. Okay, right. That was a hell of a lot of bats.
Jesus Christ. Fucking hell.
How many
Okay.
bats do we have?
Oh,
That the clicking is quite annoying.
Yeah.
go turn it off. Alex, go.
God damn it!
Okay, I'll do it. It's fine.
Killing them bats like it's nobody's business.
It's off, Callum.
Okay,
Because
thank you.
Miley Cyrus is
That'll have
like.
to do. That'll have to do. There's bats perching. Okay.
Alright, come on, let's go. Oh,
Fucking hell.
Right.
Okay, 3.
Alright,
Alright,
Alex, you go first. Okay.
okay, I'll go first. My story is called The Shadow Between Houses.
Okay. Okay, right. Be quiet. 'Cause
Anyway.
I'll add some epic
Oh,
music to this. Okay.
Last
go.
night at around 1 a.m., my wife and small child walked
Wait,
to my car.
wait. I need to turn my sound off.
Dude, it's rude.
Okay,
God
okay,
damn,
right.
no,
There's so many bats.
God's sake.
Can we kill a few of them before?
No, we'll just do it. I'll stand in front of you, okay, everyone? Callum, what are you doing?
No, no, you have to stand in your place. Because I'm in F5 mode. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Right. For God's sakes.
What the fuck?
Right, screw it, let's just do it.
let's go.
Double
Screw it.
live.
Let's do
Double
it.
double
Get
live.
back to my place. Hang on. Alright.
That's a fact.
So my story is called The Shadow Between Houses. Anyway. Last,
What the fuck?
For God's sake.
last night at around 1 a.m., my wife and small child walked to my car after the night to my brother-in-law's house. He lives in a sketchy suburban neighbourhood, so we are always conscious of our surroundings. As I was getting ready to sit in the driver's seat, I noticed a young black man staring at me with determined eyes. I said, yeah, hello.
I'm Morgan Freeman. What the hell is that?
What's what?
What is that? It's like a testicle. God's sakes.
Okay. Anyway, okay, we've got one each now. Anyway. I stared back and nodded, but he just stood there staring at me. It made me uncomfortable, but my fatherly instincts kicked in and I squared my shoulders up to the man to give him my best fake, "You wanna go at me, bro?" Look. As I did, the man raised his hand and pointed at me as though to threaten me, and then took off running faster than I'd ever seen another person run. Having felt my penis grew a couple of inches instantly as a result of being such a badass, I felt it was safe to sit in the car and proceeded to drive home. But not before nicking the damn metal mailbox a bit. I took off anyway, thinking I'd tell them I'd hit it when I got home. We had to make a stop at the store for some milk, Slim Jims of course, and other stuff. My wife went into the store while I stayed with my young daughter in the SUV. When she came back, I popped the rear truck door so she could load groceries. After closing it, she got back into the truck and I started to back out the parking spot. I noticed that there were some handprints on the back window. I asked her, agitatedly, why she would close the trunk door by touching the windows. She snapped back that she didn't.
Wait.
We both turned around and noticed that the prince looked like someone with long, thin fingers tried looking through the back window of the car and dragged their hands across the window. We inspected the other windows and noticed that the rear driver's side window had the same dragging handprint. I called my brother-in-law immediately and let him know that the douchebag I saw across the street must have been looking into my car. I figured that would explain why he was staring at me so intensely. My brother-in-law said that he would take a look out of the window and give the cops a call to patrol the area. My wife, kid, and I were all pretty exhausted, so we shut off our phones and went straight to bed. This morning, both my wife and I had over 30 missed calls, all from my brother-in-law's wife. I called her back, and she was in hysterics. I figured that their cars must have gotten broken into or vandalized. Guilt immediately filled my chest. Instantly, I knew I shouldn't have stared down that guy like I did. Must have been payback, I thought to myself. Then she started rambling about someone being torn to pieces. Apparently, it was her neighbour's teenage daughter. Her body was found right on the side of my brother-in-law's house, in between his house and the victim's home. The poor girl apparently snuck out of her house to go out, and she was trying to re-enter when someone, or something, grabbed her and mauled her to death. She was disemboweled and had 2 of her limbs ripped from her body. As of now, they still have not recovered her right hand. My stomach dropped at the news. The black man was not staring me down. He was looking past me, petrified, into the shadows of whatever was killing that young lady. He wasn't pointing at me. He was pointing at someone behind us, pointing at it. The cops just left
God's
my house.
sakes!
They were I don't even know what's going on. I'm reading right now, so shut up. They were trying to get information on the man I saw. Apparently, they think he's a possible witness or suspect. I assured them I didn't think he was a killer, based on my experiences with him, but they still wanted to do their due diligence. The detectives also decided to get the prints and measurements of the handprints off my vehicle windows.
Fuck's sake.
Due to the long, slender length of the finger marks, they do not believe it was the killer, since they appeared feminine. If the fact that this maniac, this thing, dragged the dead girl's hand across my vehicle, as if he was stalking up behind me, isn't enough to fuck my world up, I've also just been informed that my license plate was ripped off my bumper. Looks like I didn't hit that mailbox after all. Oh, what the hell is going on?
Oh my god.
What
Wow.
the? Oh my god, I'm getting murdered.
Okay, yeah, we'll be back.
You're all dead. You're all dead.
We'll be back and we'll actually sort things out. So, see you in a minute. Welcome back. Halloween special, a lot less shit. George, speak.
Yeah.
We're not starting again, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just say
right.
a funny story and it'll be okay.
You freaking talk, George.
Okay,
Right,
ready?
Alex, back in your cage. Right, okay, go. George,
Kinky.
you have the mid-stage.
Rural southern Illinois, a toy company began selling realistic baby dolls to expectant mothers.
Really?
But apparently, after the mother had her child, the toy baby would start crying. Eventually, the rocking motion advertised it to calm it down wouldn't work, and you couldn't stop it without shaking it. Eventually, when it started crying, the parents would have to beat it, and the
Alex, piss
beatings
off.
and thrashings
You're
would
the
Beat it,
harder,
beat it,
harsh.
beat it, beat it, beat it.
You're ruining the moment. Yeah, carry on, George.
get harder and harder to get it to be quiet. A thing that seemed to shut the baby doll up permanently was the
Dollop?
fact it's
Dollop.
Start again.
No, we're not
No,
starting
no,
again.
no, I'm getting quite fed up with you and
It's
you
starting
smell.
again. Starting again.
No, we're not.
Starting again.
George,
Not-
just
not-
shut your mouth.
Not talking again.
Okay then, we're
Okay,
not
fine.
using George's
Right,
story.
Tom, do your story.
Alright. Right. This is a lovely story.
I hate it.
My first one is called...
First.
First, you only get one.
yes. No, I'm getting two, bitch.
Bitch.
George is getting two as well, so...
Yeah, two.
Right.
I haven't got my first one yet.
Not two.
Why is there fucking...
Get in your cages, you dogs! Okay. Yeah, it's called Slideshow.
Do you like my pink trousers?
Did you just interrupt me? Did you just interrupt the great Miley Cyrus?
I've got pink trousers on.
I don't care.
Should. I would.
Right,
Yeah,
Come
let's
on.
go.
Alex, out of my face. Alex. Right. Again, right, this is called Slideshow. Fingers trembling with excitement, I opened the package. Just as I hoped, it was the camera I won on eBay. With a mild delight, I realized I had received a better deal than I had realized, because the previous owner had left the memory card in the slot. Before sending an email to the seller alerting them of their mistake, I decided to see if anything was on it. Setting the camera on the slideshow, I watched the camera display a picture of a shipping label. My confusion turned to a horror as my next image was of a person being brutally murdered. The rest of the card was alerting, pictures of a mailing address followed by a murder scene. The last image was of the shipping label from the box I had just opened.
It's very
What are you doing?
I don't know. Right, George, you're one.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't care. George, okay, go.
Okay, ready. In
See
rural,
if he grows.
Oh my god, shut up.
in rural southern Illinois, a toy company began selling realistic baby dolls to expectant mothers. But apparently after the mother had her child, the toy baby would start crying. Eventually the rocking motion advertised to calm it down wouldn't work. You just couldn't get it to stop without shaking it. Eventually, when it started crying, the parents would have to beat it, and the beatings and thrashings would get harder and harder to get it to be quiet. The only thing that seemed to shut the baby doll up permanently was to bash its head against the wall to destroy whatever mechanism triggered the crying. On more than one occasion, though, neighbours called the authorities to report child abuse.
The voice has changed.
And then the police arrived. And when the police arrived, they found the bloody remains of infants smeared across the walls and the floor. In the most cases, the mother couldn't understand why the police were there, and she just got rid of the stupid doll as she rocked a baby-shaped bundle in her arms.
Welcome back to, well, again, Jesus. Right, let's get over and done with, George, go on.
Okay. Wait a second, I've got it up. So bloody prepared I am.
Never get it up in time.
Oh, great, no, neither have I. Okay, go, sorry, yeah, go.
By now, my cum dumpster was foaming like a rabid dog.
What?
Without no time, I could feel the shitty gentleman's relish foaming from my shitwinker and all over my Velcro triangle. There was a man fat leeching from his veiny quimprod, and it was wetter than a well digger's arse. We were ready for more. My front bum was trembling like Vanessa Feltz's diesel-powered vibrator. My mouth was so full of chubstep and cock custard. The cock custard was leaking down my chin and onto my breasticles.
Is that it?
That's yeah.
You seem to have got some
This
on
is
the-
meant to be scary stories, not like erotic
Oh,
novels.
wait. I thought this was erotic novels.
But the club for
Yeah.
erotica crub, yeah, whatever.
Oh, let's invite Ralph.
Right. Yeah, okay, right. This is the last one. Right. It's called The Cry. A cry woke me in the middle of the night. It's as if a girl was trying hard to muffle her desperate cries of help so as to keep something from hearing her. My heart started to pound with fear as I was reminded of some scenes from horror films involving creepy, crying ghost girls. I badly wanted to wake my roommate, who was sleeping across my bed, but it was impossible to wake her up, for she is such a heavy sleeper. I
What, the
didn't
girl?
dare. Yeah. What? Okay. I didn't dare open my eyes. I've heard some creepy stories about our dormitory, but I didn't want them to experience... What? Shit? Oh shit, sorry, done wrong. I've heard some creepy stories about our dormitory, but I didn't want to experience them firsthand. So like a frightened child, I hastily covered myself in my blanket and turned to face the wall. Ignoring the cries, I willed my scared self to some sleep. What are you doing? No, that's not the end.
Oh.
I woke up from an uneasy sleep the next day to see my roommate with a strange, frightened expression on her face. So you heard it too? I hastily asked. That creepy crying sounded horrible. I wasn't able to sleep properly last night. With a haunted voice, she replied. That was me who was crying when I saw you levitating from your bed. Now you can scream.
Horrible.
Fantastic. Just fantastic.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you and good night. Barack Obama has left the building.
Bye.
I'm so sorry.